Welcome to Cancelled.
Chapter 43. That's Evie's story to tell. Cruz. The next morning, Encinitas, California. The waiting room hums with the usual hospital soundtrack. Low voices, tired footfalls, fluorescent lights buzzing like they're working overtime. I don't notice her approaching until she's standing directly in front of me. A woman with Evie's jawline, Evie's fire in her eyes, Evie's very specific way of holding herself together through sheer force of will. Older, tired, but unmistakably related. Her mother. I know it without hesitation.
Cruz,
She says softly, and the way she says my name tells me everything I need to know about what Evie's told her about me. I shoot to my feet. She's okay? The words tumble out before I can stop them.
she's going to be fine.
She says quickly, holding up a hand.
You can relax.
I exhale. It comes out shaky and uneven, like I've been holding my breath for hours. Maybe I have. Thank you, I whisper. Then, because I have to ask, can I see her? She tilts her head slightly, taking me in with the careful assessment of a mother protecting her child.
Not yet. She's not ready.
I don't know what to do with that, so I just nod and wait.
I'm Genevieve.
She says, her tone softer now, but still guarded. Genevieve, Evie's full name. She was named after her mother. For a brief second, I consider how men do that all the time. Junior, the third, so why shouldn't a woman?
She's still processing what happened.
Genevieve continues.
It was close. Closer than I want to describe. But I think in time, she'll want to talk to you.
In time. Not now. Maybe not ever. But you won't tell me what happened. I say. She shakes her head with gentle finality.
No, that's Evie's story to tell.
The words sit wrong. I want to argue, to say I deserve to know. But I forfeited any right to answers the second I chose suspicion over faith. Was it my fault? The question slips out before I can stop it. She studies me for a long moment, her expression shifting as she seems to look past all the wreckage I've built around myself. Whatever she finds there softens her face.
I know you love her.
She says gently, with the certainty of someone who's spent a lifetime reading people.
That's the only reason I'm even speaking to you.
I'm caught off guard. How? She closes her eyes for a second, choosing her words with care.
Because love doesn't always arrive dressed up in poetry. Sometimes it settles into you like static, restless fingers, eyes that track every shadow in the doorway, hoping one of them turns into the person you can't stop needing.
She pauses.
Love looks like starving yourself of sleep and logic, just to sit here, just to be close, even when you have no right to be.
Her words cut deeper than they should, slicing through defenses I didn't know I still had.
But love isn't a theory.
She continues.
It's messy, inconvenient. And when someone's drowning, love isn't watching from the shore. It's diving in, without a second thought.
The words land like a physical blow. She's describing exactly what I didn't do. I watched Evie drown in my suspicion. I stood on the shore of my own fear and let her go under. I nod, unable to speak around the tightness in my throat, because she's right. She rests a hand on my shoulder, surprisingly warm, like she doesn't hate me, but she won't save me either.
Give her time, Cruz.
She squeezes once, then turns and walks away. And I'm alone again, but somehow not paralyzed this time. This time I know what I need to do. 3 weeks pass like a slow-motion car crash, metal twisting, glass shattering, the sound of impact stretching endlessly, except no airbags deploy, and nothing protects me from the collision I caused. I don't sleep much, I don't eat much, I just pace through the wreckage of what I've done, throwing myself into the only mode I know, problem-solving, fixing, strategizing, as if my heart is just another malfunctioning circuit board, as if I can patch over betrayal with effort. Evie went home the day after surgery, her body still stitched and bruised, and spent 5 days recovering on her couch. Scarlett and her mother walled her in with love and ferocity, creating a fortress I couldn't breach. I imagine them hovering, guarding, keeping me out like a contagion. The thought of her in pain, physical and emotional, and me not being there, not allowed to be there, eats at me until my chest feels raw. Then, just like that, she was back at work. At least according to Demi, who sends clipped updates like a doctor reading vitals in the ICU. No opinions, no editorializing, just fact drops. Heart still beating, empire still building, Cruz still exiled. Evie returned to her life like nothing happened, like the earth didn't split beneath her feet, like I didn't drag her heart through fire and ash. She threw herself into her work with a kind of ferocity that makes me wonder if she's healing or just drowning in noise so she doesn't hear the silence. Probably both. It's exactly what I would do, weaponize productivity against grief. She learned that trick from me, and now it's being used against me. I've been sending things, every day, ritual offerings to a goddess I betrayed, as if I can barter my way back into her grace with paper, sugar, silk, and ink, as if the right combination of items could equal forgiveness. It's pathetic, and I know it, but I can't stop. Flowers the first morning, white peonies, her favorites, soft and delicate, though nothing about her has ever been fragile. Vegan cupcakes from that overpriced bakery she pretends she doesn't love but devours when no one's looking. Custom notebooks with her company logo embossed in gold because she once said her ideas deserved a throne. A lavender robe that made me think of lazy Sunday mornings when I used to imagine she'd still be there when I woke. And a rare red lipstick, her grail shade, that I hunted down after remembering a single offhand comment months ago. I catalog every detail she's ever given me, and now I weaponize them as apologies. Every day, something different. Little messages disguised as objects. I see you. I remember you. I'm sorry. I love you. I miss you. Please. But even as I send them, I know what I'm really doing. I'm trying to solve my guilt the same way I solve everything else, with data points and strategic moves and carefully calculated actions designed to produce a specific outcome. I'm treating her forgiveness like a formula I can crack if I just find the right variables. She doesn't respond. Not a text, not a call, not even a passive-aggressive delivery confirmation. But she doesn't return them either. She lets them stay. And for now, that feels like a fragile kind of mercy. Not forgiveness, but not erasure either. Like maybe she's not ready to forgive me, but she's not ready to erase me completely either. But the silence is eating me alive. I've lived my life mastering equations, balancing variables, running tests until I cracked the code. Nothing in my world was unsolvable until her. Now I sit with the weight of having hurt the only woman I've ever loved, and there is no quick fix, no trial run, no control group, just the silence, stretching long enough to rewire me into someone I don't recognize. Damien delivers occasional updates while maintaining strict neutrality. Apparently, Evie's company is exploding in the best possible way. Sales are through the roof, engagement is off the charts, and they're in talks with VCs about expanding, maybe even opening their own manufacturing and R&D facility up in Carlsbad. I should be proud, and I am. God, I am. But the pride twists into something corrosive, because I could have been there. I should have been beside her, building, protecting, growing, dreaming. Instead, I'm standing outside the kingdom she built, watching her reign without me, and realizing this is what exile really feels like. Now I can only watch from a distance as she repairs the damage I caused. Meanwhile, Onyx Helix is thriving with clinical trials that are redefining cancer treatment. 6 months ago, I wouldn't have considered it. Now, it all feels hollow without someone to share it with. It's the breakthrough I've spent my entire life chasing, the validation of every sleepless night and impossible deadline. 3 major pharmaceutical companies have approached me about acquisition talks that would set me up for life. 6 months ago, I wouldn't have even entertained them. Onyx Helix has always been mine, the thing I built from a theory scrawled on a napkin into a company proving real-world impact. My legacy. The one thing no one could take from me. But now that success feels hollow without someone to share it with, without someone who sees the version of you that isn't polished or rehearsed, who celebrates the victories and holds you through the failures. Evie did that. She looked at me and saw everything, the ambition, the insecurity, the hope, the fear, and still chose to lean in. And I threw her away. That's when Demi suggests therapy, and I realize I've reached the point where even my sister thinks I need professional help to figure out my life.
You're spiraling.
She says, deadpan over coffee.
And not in a brooding genius kind of way. More like a human grenade without a pin.
So I go,
You're trying to fix her pain instead of feeling your own.
Dr. Torres says in our third session,
These gifts, they're about your guilt, not her healing.
the observation hits like a slap. And that's the work, sitting with the weight of what I broke. Not fixing, just feeling. But even while I learn to sit with it, I'm still plotting the long game. Calling in favors from my sisters and Damien. I need ideas. I told them over dinner last week. Demi smirked.
You need a miracle.
Brielle rolled her eyes.
You need a grand gesture. Something worthy of her.
Damien just sipped his scotch and said,
You're gonna have to bleed a little.
They're all right. I will bleed if that's what it takes. Because I've built molecules from scratch. Taken a scientific theory from the back of a napkin to a thriving company. But none of it means a damn thing if I can't rebuild the one thing I broke that actually mattered. Evie is the real formula I haven't figured out yet. But I will. And when I do, I won't just win her back, I'll earn her. Every damn day.